This is your Captain Cutie Yarna's Eyes with a ready for work tutorial. If you're interested in seeing how I achieve this look, keep watching. Hey cuties, this is your girl Yarna's Eyes coming to you with a tutorial. I wanted to do something for the working woman who just wants to find a few minutes to put on a beautiful face and not draw too much attention, but to enhance their natural beauty. So I promised the Facebook cousin that I would create a look using the Watch Me Blush by the Crayon Case. Now as you can see, it's a pretty colorful palette, but I was able to come up with the perfect look for her. And if she wants, I'll even find something for the evening out of this beautiful palette. So if you are interested in seeing how I create something sweet, simple, and ready for work, please keep watching. So first things first is you kind of clean up your eyebrows. So for me, I use a Ruby Kiss eyebrow pencil. I take the spool inside of the pencil and shape my eyebrows to the desired shape that I want them to go in. A nice arch that comes down. Okay, and then once I have a pretty clean eyebrow shape, I take the other side of the pencil, which is already freshly sharpened, and I just kind of fill my eyebrows in to go along with the shape, making them appear to be a perfect brow. I don't like to go in too dark with my eyebrows because I don't particularly want them to be perfect. I just want them to be enhanced like the rest of my face. To me, it has gotten to a point where eyebrows are definitely a part of the look, and how dramatic you want is completely your choice. So once I have pretty much outlined my brows, or filled in my brows, I want to take a concealer. Now this particular one is Ruby Kiss, which I've used already and I like, but also LA Girl concealer in the shade Fawn is also a really good one. And so what I do is I put a little bit, you push it up, a little bit of product into the brush, and then you take it and you just basically want to outline the brow that you have shaped. And this just kind of highlights it and enhances that perfectly shaped brow that you've created already. Okay? Same thing, because I didn't need any more product. You just push a little bit of product up into the brush, and that gives you the ability to focus on outlining your brow instead of outlining and pushing product in, because that can be a mess, let me tell you. Now for me, I don't do the whole brow. As you can see, I don't mess with this on the inside. That's where I like the naturalness to kind of rely. And then I'm going to take a little bit more product and put it on my lid. I want to have it evenly distributed on both lids. And of course, you don't want to squeeze too much, because you can always add more, but it is a pain in the you-know-what to remove it. Okay? So then you're going to take like a flat brush, something like that, like a flat kind of painter's brush, and you just want to blend that line out. You're going to cover that with concealer, but you want to do your very best to, you know, blend that line, because you don't want that line to exist whenever you are putting the makeup on top of it. And it can dry and exist, okay? Feel free to use your finger in order to smooth the product out, but you definitely don't want it to crease in this middle section, okay? And you definitely want to make sure that you blend the product above your forehead. Sometimes it's a little bit nerve-wracking with the brush, only because you don't want to mess up the brow, okay? Now I go straight into my eyes, starting with a transition color. Transition color is similar to your shade when you're doing something for work. I mean, when you're doing something to go out, you can start with any color you want. But it's my recommendation that whenever you're doing an everyday look, that you go into your crease area with a shade that is close to your complexion. So I chose this shade here, and it's called Cobbler. So I take the Cobbler on a fluffy round type of brush, and you just want to do windshield wiper motions inside the eyelid. And what this does is it helps for the makeup not to crease the concealer, and it also gives a canvas for your actual eyeshadow. Okay, so for this everyday look, I've pretty much come up with a type of ombre effect. So I'm going to be using the colors Old Banana, which is a bright golden yellow, Cappuccino, which is like a bronze gold, and then Sweet Tea, which is kind of an orange bronze gold. So we're going to do somewhat of an ombre effect with these three colors, starting with Old Banana. You take a flat brush, which is basically called your eyeshadow brush. If you are just starting out with makeup, I highly recommend e.l.f. brushes. Not only are they inexpensive, but they will also tell you the brush itself, it'll tell you what it's used for. So you can specifically pick out a eyeshadow brush, a blending brush, without me showing you and telling you what they are. Okay? For the love of clean brushes, instead of using an entirely different brush since I'm still putting it on shadow, I'm actually just going to use the flip side of this brush in the color Cappuccino. And I'm going to just dab that in the middle. Don't go all the way out to the corner, because we're going to save the corner for Sweet Tea. Now, depending on the size of your eyes, you'll know how much to apply of each color, because you're going to want to see all three colors. And don't try to go above your above your eyelid. Just stay on the eyelid. If you accidentally go up, you can blend it with that same first blending brush. Now, because I already used both sides and I actually want to use more of a rounded type of pointy brush for Old Banana, because I want to give a little bit of shape here. So that made that sweet tea color would be the only one to go above the eyelid, adding just like a pop of color in your corner. It's nothing too noticeable, you know, if you're a woman of color. But it's something, again, to just enhance your natural beauty. It will not draw a whole lot of attention, but it will be noticed every time you look in the mirror and every time somebody sees you who is definitely not used to seeing you in makeup. Check both eyes, make sure they look around the same shape. We don't always achieve it, but it's definitely good to try. Then you're just going to take another fluffy brush, you know, another clean fluffy brush, and then you're just going to blend it in. Starting with the yellow, the Old Banana, the cappuccino. You just want to gently go over that so that it looks like it's blending into the color and not just cut off, go, you know, Old Banana, cut, cappuccino, cut. And the shadows will do this for you. Same thing with the back, except with the back, you're going to do a little bit of what is it called? Wiper motion, just to blend out what you have put up there in the corner. Again, the Old Banana to cappuccino, just do a nice little, so you can't really see the harsh line. You can tell because you'll like blend it in and you'll see it. Okay, and then see how it doesn't really look like I have on makeup, but it's there. That's the key about doing makeup for work. Now we want to add one more color to this arch in the brow, and I wanted to use the cappuccino because it will clash with the sweet tea that you have in the corner, but it will not be as loud as it would if it was Old Banana. The goal is to not be too loud with these colors because it's just for work. You know, it's not for, unless you're going somewhere after work. You're going somewhere after work, then no, I recommend if you're going to work, do something nice and soft like this. And after work, you can definitely take a nude lip into a red lip, and then it's ready. For happy hour or, you know, evening networking event. Okay, once you make sure that that harsh line is gone, then you can just look in the mirror and make sure that you're satisfied. For me, I want a little bit more of this sweet tea to pop out, because I think that this color is so beautiful. And then, like I said before, you go back and you blend. Because you want to see colors, not lines. Colors. Beautiful colors. Alright. And now, you know, as far as eyeshadow is concerned, I'm done with my eyes. Then I want to enhance them. And I want to enhance them with eyeliner. Okay? I'm just going to do a small basic, what do they call it? Work wing. Okay? And I'll be using Beauty Bakery. It's called Black Milk Gelato. You take a flat tip, very small flat tip brush. And this is like a gel. So you just dip the tip. Just dip the tip. If you have long eyelashes, hold them down. If you don't, you just gotta close your eye, not tight, but very light. Always draw a very thin line because you can go thicker, but you can't go thinner. Before I do my wing, I'm going to do this other eye. I repeat, always go thin because you can go thicker, but you can't go thinner. Okay, so now for my wing, what I want to do is from the corner of my eye, draw a line going up. And then from my eyelid, I want to make a nice line to connect that. Okay, something really small like that. Okay, again, I'm going to draw a line from the corner of my eye outward like that. And then from my eyelid, I'm going to connect it and just fill it in from there. Now, wings take a little bit of practice. However, if you get intimidated by it in any way, shape, or form, you don't have to do it. This wing is a little bit bigger than what I would do for work because I started with a different brush. Okay? So don't go too big. Try to draw as light of a wing as possible. Don't go where I just went with it. That's more like a crow wing. We were supposed to be at a parakeet. Okay, I'm using that same type of flat brush to fill in my under eye area. Feel free to use a pencil if you're more comfortable with it. I've just been really enjoying this black gelato. I think gel liner is very comfortable, but I also recommend the NYX kohl liner. It's really good as well. Then I'm going to prime my face for foundation. And I'm using the e.l.f. Luminous Matte Makeup Primer. And it's because I have normal to oily skin, but in Florida heat, with a moisturizer, I automatically go oily. And as a school teacher that oftentimes has to do bus duty, I come in contact with the heat maybe for 20 or 30 minutes. Okay. For a work time For a work time foundation, I highly recommend Maybelline. Anything in the Fit Me collection. They have a dewy smooth if you want to glow. They have a matte poreless, which is what I'm using now. And I normally go on the forehead, cheek, nose, chin. Okay? Because again, I'm in the Florida heat, so I do not want to put a lot of product on and end up glistening. You can put your makeup on with anything. You can put your makeup on with a flat brush, something like this. You can put it on with a beauty blender, something like this. Or this is what they consider to be a foundation brush. This is one of the e.l.f. brushes that I mentioned. And I can't get it in focus, but right here it says foundation brush. So you're basically just, painting the foundation into your skin, which would be covering up any kind of, freckles or spots or any blemish that you may have on your skin. This will actually serve as a coverage for that. I believe this brush retails for like maybe $3. And again, e.l.f. is an excellent starter kit. They're adorable brushes. They're quality brushes. They get the job done. Okay. Next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little bit of highlighter. This is the lightest highlighter that I have. It's by Men & Motives. Something that will not pop up too bright. And it has a lip gloss applicator, which I'll just dab like a couple of dabs on right above my the apple into my cheekbone. And for this particular one, I would just dab it in with my skin. Dab it in with my finger. Because once I get to applying blush and everything, it will work out just fine. Okay. So for blush, I'm going to go back into the Watch Me Blush palette. And I'm going to use the eyeshadow complexion in Cranberry. This is a very pigmented palette, so you don't need a lot. I just dabbed that twice. 1, 2. So you get, again, we're going to work, so you don't need a lot. And you basically want to blend that highlighter and the blush together. You can smile to get the apple of your cheek. Pretty much a smile is what'll work. Okay, because you do not want the highlighter to show up too bold. Alright. And now I feel like I may have used a little bit too much of the blush. So I'll go back in with my foundation brush and just try to clean it up a little bit. So I don't want it to be too bold. Then you add mascara. So for my mascara, I'm going to use Bad Gal Bang by Benefit. Sometimes you can find travel size products in Ulta, because Benefit is definitely on the costlier side. This would probably run you about 20 bucks for one tube. I also recommend Maybelline mascaras, which are really good all the time. Then you add mascara. So for my mascara, I'm going to use Bad Gal Bang by Benefit. Sometimes you can find travel size products in Ulta, because Benefit is definitely on the costlier side. This would probably run you about 20 bucks for one tube. I also recommend Maybelline mascaras, which are really good all the time. For my lipstick, I decided to again use a Crayon Case product. This is called Private Party, and it is a lip gloss. It's actually a very pastel pink. So I oftentimes will go in with a brown pencil. This is in the complexion. This is in the color. This is in the color Chestnut, and I just outline my lips. Once I have outlined my lips, just on the parts that do not have outline, I'll just dab in this gloss. Okay. And that pretty much completes my look. If you enjoyed watching this tutorial, please give me a thumbs up. Let me know something else that you would like to see on my channel. For all of my ladies who see the makeup, admire the makeup, but have not been bold enough to try the makeup, go ahead, spend a couple dollars, play in it. It's fun. It's something to do. It is time alone with yourself to enhance what natural beauty you already are. So subscribe to my channel if you have not already done so. Leave a comment below, and definitely, most definitely, keep it cute. See you when I see you. Peace.